All right, let's now take a look at creating an animation in Lumion. So to do that, we're going to go to our movie studio. Now, when you click on the movie studio, it brings up this timeline here. So you're going to build clips. And then these clips can all be rearranged and organized and add effects either to the clip or to the timeline. And you'll see a little bit more about what that means here in just a moment. So very simple interface. I can either link a movie from a file. So if I had like a recording I wanted to play somewhere in this movie of, maybe I took a video of the site with my phone, then I could easily show that video in this, without sending the video to Premiere or, iMovie to chop it up. You can pull in an image, so you could link an image like a logo or a watermark, something like that. Or most likely what you're going to do is hit record. When I click on record, now I'm into this, kind of familiar, this is kind of like photo mode, right? Where I might say like, I take a snapshot here, and then I'm going to move up and back, and I'll take a snapshot here, just like that. All right, so then I can click on play over here in the bottom left, and you can see that happen. It'll just kind of loop over and over, so you can just watch it a couple times. And then you might decide that I want it to run a little slower, so let's make this clip a little longer. I can tell you that in general, slower is better. You just want to slow it down, nice and easy, get these things not spinning too crazy. All right, just like that. And then we'll say OK. So I hit pause as it was going. I hit pause, and then I'm going to click this checkbox to say OK. So now I've got one clip on my timeline. So you can move that clip around real easy. You click and drag on it to move that around. Now let's make another clip. So I'll go here, click on record. And this one, I think I want to do more of like a, kind of a sweeping view of the whole thing. So I click record or take photo, slide down the line, take a snapshot here. Maybe take one here, and then I'll orbit around and lift myself up a bit so I don't go through those cars, and take one there. Click play, and then see what we've created. So it's really quick and easy to make these things happen. And how does that look? Yep, we dodged that car, so we're in good shape. And now you'll notice that a few things are happening. We've got our 2D people are frozen in time. We've got our reflections need to be, we need to add that reflection effect and add reflection planes to get those perfect clean reflections. And yeah, we're going to turn off the layer, add reflections, and I think we'll be good there. So I'll click pause. Okay. All right. So now you can see when I click play, I've got this clip selected. So only this clip is playing right now. If I click on entire movie, which is this little film strip here, that will play the entire movie, and you can see that the break is right here. So right when the red line gets there, cuts to the next shot. Cool. Now, something, one of the critical things you need to know about creating movies in Lumion is that you can apply effects to the timeline, or you can apply it to a clip. So something that I would want to apply to the timeline would be to hide our 2D people. So like you can see that we have a 2D person here and here. So I'm going to click on New Effect, Objects, and here we have an effect called Hide Layer. Click on that. Now, the Hide Layer effect, I just need to slide this until it's hiding the correct layer. So see, there's my 3D, there's my 2D. 2D are hidden. So that effect, because I clicked on the timeline, is applied to all clips. So you'll see that layer is hidden across the board. Now the other thing I want to add is going to be under World, Reflection. So I just want our reflection planes, because we don't have a ton of reflection planes, I'm going to add it to the entire timeline. I click on Reflection, and now I can click on this plus sign, just like we did in photo mode, and add those reflection planes. So let me scoot over here to the other side. Click on the plus sign there. This way we'll get those nice clean reflections. And that's about it. I mean, I think that the asphalt has some reflective properties, so we'll go with that. And I think that's about it. I mean, you can, as you notice, like as you export your draft renders, you can always pick things out and see what needs to be updated. So we'll say OK and click on play. All right, so now you can see we're getting those nice clean reflections. Looking good. Let me pause that. All right, so one other kind of trick thing, not trick, but just kind of a cool feature that's good to understand is keyframing. And I think one of the best ways to show that is to keyframe the cloud position and the sun position. And that's how you can kind of create this time-lapse effect. So maybe if I were going through here and, what I can do is add a new clip. We're going to record something. And for this one, I'm just going to kind of zoom in on the sign. And I want to animate a shot of this sign. And I want the clouds to be ripping by and the sun to be setting. So I'll take a snapshot there. And maybe I'll just orbit just a little bit just to give that sense of 3D and hit it again there. All right, so now we're good to go. Let's check out, if I double click on that clip, I can see this run again. And that looks good, but again, slower is better. Let's dial this up and set it to like 6 seconds. All right, say OK. So now just that clip alone, you can see that right now it's pretty static. I mean, it's just simply orbiting around the sign. Nothing's really happening. So what we need to do is add some effects. So I can click on New Effect. And again, we have this clip selected. So when we add an effect, it's only going to add it to the clip. I want to add the sun effect, and I want to add the cloud effect, just like that. All right, so let me pause this. Now, we're going to add our keyframes over here at the beginning. I can click and drag on this red line to kind of adjust my timeline. So we're going to create for our clouds, we'll create a keyframe here. And I'll go to my sun, and my sun height will create a keyframe there. Now I'm going to scroll all the way to the end and add another keyframe. For my sun, make the sun go down like that. Go to our clouds, add a keyframe, and change the position of the clouds. Now watch what happens. Now you can see the sun setting, you can see the clouds whipping by, and now you've got like a time-lapse effect. So a lot of these effects can be keyframed. Pretty cool stuff. So you really end up with a pretty dynamic animation. And again, just like we're eliminating all the post-processing out of Photoshop, we're really doing the same thing with video. Now, one other thing that we really important is to not have your people walking in place. So let me just give you a quick demo on how to assign the move effect and make people walk. All right, so I'm going to pause this. Now, the move effect can either be assigned to a clip or to the entire timeline. In this case, I'm just going to assign it to the entire timeline, because then that way the people are just kind of, well, actually, let me take that back. This one, I want people walking. This one, I want people walking. So I think we'll just assign it to this first clip. So let's see. I've selected my clip. I click on New Effect, and I go to Objects and click on Move. All right, so now the move effect is similar to the reflection planes. I have to click on this pencil. Now that launches me kind of into build mode, basically. So now I've got a start position and an end position. And what I'm going to be adjusting is their placement in the model. So if their start position, if I want this woman, she's going to start there, and maybe this woman is going to start back here. Then when I click to end position, I can move her end position to here, and I can move her end position to here. So now you can see start position, end position. I'll click back and hit play. And see, now I've got my people walking. Pretty cool. Okay, so now keep in mind that I've already set up that move effect. So one way to copy that and apply it over here, my people aren't moving yet here. So what I could do is from here on this first clip where I did set up move, I can click on this wrench, choose edit, copy, go to the other clip, add the move effect, click on the wrench, and choose edit, paste. And now that clip has the exact same move effects. So just like with the still images, it's very possible to copy and paste effects. Same thing with loading an effect stack. So you can always grab your photo reel or oil painting, whatever it is that you want to grab. So another tip, one way that I got started, we're giving you some effect stacks to play with, but make sure that you check out in the Files tab, there are examples. So these example files are actually really nice, and they're really good for a couple things, and not only just to see how to place objects and just some ideas about how to breathe life into the image, but if you go to the stills and the animations, it's very easy to grab those effect stacks. So let's go check out in the movie mode. Like we've got this one, it's got the analog color lab, it's got exposure turned on, fading in and out. So somebody put a lot of time into setting up all of these parameters, these effects. So I can click on here and choose File, Save Effects. I might throw it on my desktop and say, test 1. We'll say save. I can go back to my file. So, and I didn't, let's just go to load scene. That way I've got my autosave. I didn't export it. I just kind of was bouncing between files. So that's the easiest way to get right back to where you were. Always a good idea, though, to export that full scene. So we're going to go back in here, go back to our movie mode, and then I can, let's go to File, Load, Desktop Temp, and there's test 1. And now we've assigned all of those properties just like that. So it's just very, very easy to, well, number one, it's easy to experiment. It's easy to just go into your effects and just start clicking, just goof around with this stuff, see what it does. But if it's go time, if it's time to really, produce a final image, just grab one of our effect stacks or grab one of the example effect stacks and just apply it to your model, and you're good to go. So those are a few tips. One other suggestion is that I have I have this model kind of all finished up for you too. So if I go to Import Scene and we go to my Dropbox, Brightman Designs, Tutorials. So you guys have this BD Clayton GastroPub file. You can open that and go in and take a look at it. So this is one where I just really used the effect stacks, tweaked them, and maybe added a few extra little effects to make them look exactly how I wanted. But this is a really good resource too. Just go in here and check out your photo mode, and here's a bunch of different looks. And since we were talking about the movie mode, you can kind of see what's been set up here where we fly through. Let me do the entire thing here. So this will do the entire clip. So you've got the vignette, you've got the fade in and out. So lots of effects happening, and just a good resource to grab things. You don't have to be original and start from scratch every time. Just build off of someone else's work and then make it your own. So that's the animation tutorial. And check out the next one. I'm going to take a lap through my Lumion, show you how to create a virtual tour, and then we're going to wrap this thing up by making a change in the SketchUp model and showing you how everything is dynamically linked. So join us on that next one. We'll see you in there.